Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for choosing Big Fox News. I'm Nick Smith. We begin tonight with the growing concern over the holiday surge in coronavirus cases. We were asked not to travel for Thanksgiving, but 50.6 million Americans chose to do so anyway. Now we're watching it happen all over again, with millions more traveling this week for Christmas. COVID-19 specialist Amanda Decker is here with a look at what you should do if you visited with anyone outside of your immediate household this holiday season.
82 million Americans are expected to travel somewhere this week to celebrate Christmas. That's a lot more than the 50 million who traveled for Thanksgiving just 1 month ago. And all of that travel did lead to a major COVID-19 case surge in this country. But that's why health officials are so very concerned about the looming surge that could be coming from all of this holiday travel. Our nation's hospitals are caring for more COVID-19 patients now than at any other point in the pandemic. Because of that, another surge could cripple some of these healthcare facilities and health systems. So if you've already hopped on the plane and you're already hanging out with mom and dad, it's not too late to prevent the spread of COVID after you return home. The first thing you should do is get tested, and make sure you do that within 3 to 5 days of returning home. Try to find a place that will administer a PCR test, because they're considered more accurate than rapid tests, but they do take 2 to 3 days to get those results back. That shouldn't matter though, because aside from getting tested, you should quarantine after your trip for 10 to 14 days. That means no grocery shopping, no visiting with friends, and no working in the office for 2 weeks. With so many people traveling and with our nation already dealing with a massive surge in COVID cases, we could be headed for disaster, but it's not too late to avoid that reality. And we should know in about 2 weeks if all this Christmas travel does in fact lead to another surge of COVID-19 cases. I'm COVID-19 specialist Amanda Decker reporting.
Many Americans probably want to get out and celebrate the end of 2020. The CDC published guidelines for ringing in the new year during the pandemic. It says the safest way to celebrate the new year is at home with people you live with or online with friends and family. However, if you are hosting a gathering, the CDC suggests to stay outside, limit the number of guests, and have extra masks on hand. Other suggestions from the CDC for New Year's include attending a virtual concert or performance, planning a virtual countdown to midnight, and enjoying a virtual meal with loved ones. Elmira police officer Eduardo Oropallo was charged with second-degree assault by the New York Attorney General. The charges stem from the death of Gray Strobridge in August 2019 after he died in police custody during a mental health call. According to the indictment, Oropallo hit Strobridge's face against a floor at St. Joseph's Hospital with the intent to cause injury. The Elmira Police Benevolent Association released a statement saying that the officers involved didn't violate any department policies and the force used was justified under state law. The Tompkins County Sheriff's Office is warning the community about the possibility of a hack to the popular social media app Snapchat. Matt Kleindist has the story.
Good evening. In the wake of a recent attack, the Sheriff's Office says that users of Snapchat should take additional security measures while using the app. In a post to their Facebook page, the Tompkins County Sheriff's Office is investigating a hack of Snapchat. This comes after several kids' accounts were hacked in the area. Officers say hackers that access the account can pressure users into handing over personal photos. They can also access personal photos through the app's camera roll. Users can protect themselves by deleting sensitive pictures from their accounts, especially from their My Eyes Only folder. They're also asked to turn on two-factor authentication. Finally, officers say to never give out your phone number via social media. Parents are encouraged to speak with their children that have the app in order to take action. Reporting from Corning, Matt Kleindens, Big Fox, WYDC.
Rocking around the Rock Center tree. Have a happy holiday if you can. Visitors to Midtown New York seeking last-minute solace in traditions in a global pandemic year. Many New Yorkers are still flocking to Rockefeller Center in Manhattan, trying to find comfort among the Christmas tree lights. In a year full of dim experiences during the coronavirus pandemic, hundreds still came before settling in for final family Christmas time at home. Tree and decoration viewers took pictures and reflected on this virus year, saying the trek to The Rock means something. If you only use positive vibes, they can count on it for 2021.
When you come here, it's actually more like you have a chance of hope of the next year being much better than last year.
Yep. I actually lost my mom this year due to COVID, so I've just tried to keep pushing forward, continue the norms, and do traditions like this so we can stay in good spirits.
Well, I mean, Christmas is about family, and so it's a little smaller than it was in the past, but, we're creating new traditions with a smaller group of people. Obviously miss my parents and my brothers and sisters, but we'll do it next year.
Visitors to the Rockefeller Center tree had to get in a socially distanced line and were only allowed to enter a specific area in small groups and could only spend a few minutes for photos before the next group was allowed to enter. More than 100,000 homes across New York woke up Christmas morning without power. That's because of a strong storm that hit the East Coast, bringing snow, wind, and rain. Rebecca Solomon has more.
Up around 2:30 with a big tree on top of my house, a 40-foot pine tree on top of my house.
Christmas took a dangerous turn for Paramus homeowner Carlos when a massive tree fell on his home in the middle of the night.
Around 2:30ish, we heard a big bang, and it woke everyone up in the house, which weren't really sleeping. We were just tossing and turning because it was horrible to sleep with the storm-like winds and rain that was going on.
Like Carlos, thousands of residents around the region felt the wrath of the holiday storm and its heavy downpours, wicked wind speeds, and electrical wires erupting in flames throughout the neighborhoods across the 5 boroughs. Some people around the tri-state are ringing in the holiday by capturing flames from their cell phones.
Look at fire.
Firefighters are scattered throughout the hardest hit spots, putting out any active fires, and electric companies are also trying to combat the vicious winds to restore power to thousands of customers throughout New Jersey and New York. The wind gusts of up to 65 miles per hour also creating Christmas chaos in Manhattan after shattered glass came crashing down Thursday from a luxury high-rise on West 57th Street.
We have glass coming down, we have debris coming down. It's a miracle. Today, it's a Christmas miracle how no one was hurt.
The weather will likely wreak havoc on holiday plans as many people will be waking up to a mess, putting together a hot holiday meal or opening presents with the lights on hold, so cleanup can begin.
We got no power in the house. That's it.
Members of the New York City Police Department lend a helping hand to Santa. With lights and sirens flashing, the NYPD escorted Santa to Richmond University Medical Center on Staten Island. Santa and his elves delivering gifts to children in the pediatric unit, spreading a little early holiday cheer. Usually Santa delivers the toys to the children himself, but due to COVID-19 restrictions, Santa left them in the hands of the healthcare workers this year, who made sure they got to their destination. 2020 was a dark year, but even in a dark year, there can be light moments. Jeannie Mose takes a look back at the year 2020 and its oddball moments.
2020 was a roller coaster year, and a roller coaster with more downs than ups. At Belmont Park near San Diego, the passengers were stuffed animals to lighten the mood during maintenance runs, since no humans were allowed due to COVID.
3, 2, 1.
The pandemic inspired ingenuity, be it the useless but satisfying mask launcher,
Oh my God!
or the plastic hug time
I love you.
that allowed a great-grandmother to hug her grandkids, featuring gloves normally used for examining the nether regions of livestock. Hormel tried to bring home the bacon with this marketing ploy, a mask with a scent of bacon. It was a year when weathermen and reporters got nabbed.
If it is successful, guys.
Very cool.
Caught with their pants off, working from home. And a soap opera actor had to make out with a mannequin. The lack of play dates during the pandemic made for strange bedfellows. 2-year-old Theo Brady became inseparable from his bony buddy Benny, but Mom said after Halloween,
"We're gonna try to put him away."
Yeah, well, Benny's still there, though he did break in too. Fortunately, 6-month-old Rich Humphreys is intact after making news as one of the world's youngest water skiers. And magician David Blaine reached new heights.
Wow.
Suspended from 52 helium balloons at an altitude almost 5 miles up. He released, parachuting to Earth, and a perfect touchdown. More of a fumble was this botched art restoration in Spain dubbed
Potato Head of Valencia.
It's Mr. Potato Head. Animals were a scream in 2020. Chico the parrot at a zoo in England parroted Beyonce's hit. And if I were CNN's Joe Johns, I too may have tossed a step stool. After raccoons invaded the White House lawn, and despite traps, twice tried to join Joe for live shots, once even grabbing at his trouser leg.
Frickin' raccoons, man.
And there was the fly
insult
that invaded Vice President Pence's hair for 2 minutes during a debate. Pizza Groundhog hogged a slice in Philadelphia, while Pizza Rat Man entertained folks in New York. But what's more entertaining than a blooper?
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken! Yves Dubois may have blown the answer.
Spinach, Jerry.
But the fast food chain Popeyes gave her a $10,000 check because they said they thought her answer was right. It was our favorite game show blunder of 2020. A year when we could all have used a spinach pick-me-up. Jeannie Mose, CNN. New York.
Stay with us. Meteorologist Kim Walker has your complete forecast as we head into this last week of the year.
Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Tonight's Big Fox forecast is brought to you by William Mattar. Good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Kim Walker with your weather update. I hope you enjoyed your Christmas today. It looks like colder air will return by tomorrow. There could still be a few flurries flying around, but I'm not expecting any measurable snowfall for your Saturday. So it looks like most of the snow will reside just a little bit to our north with a disturbance that will kind of just hang around, and all this moisture is being wrapped around an area of low pressure that continues to exit the region. If you are going to be walking your furry friends tomorrow, it looks like you're going to have to definitely bundle up. Maybe you just send out your dog out to the yard and let it run around a little bit, and you stay indoors and enjoy hot cocoa. Tomorrow, temperature is starting off in the 20s, but it's going to feel like the single digits just because there will be a slight breeze out there making those temperatures feel that much colder. So highs tomorrow, it doesn't look like we're going to get out of the 20s. 28 degrees at 2 o'clock, staying in the upper 20s through the afternoon. And it looks like around 8 o'clock temperature readings will be around 24 degrees with a little bit of cloud cover. But take a look at what our real field temperatures will be, mainly in the teens throughout the afternoon. So it's going to be quite a bitterly cold day tomorrow. We have another round of snowfall heading our way as we make our way into your Monday. There could be a little bit of snow that will be moving in. However, there could be a little bit of warm air in the afternoon, which will help to transition that precipitation to rain. So let's take a look at our future radar. There could be some flurries that will be flying around, but it looks like our future radar is not showing any measurable rainfall across our viewing area from Hornell to Bath, Corning, Elmira. It looks like we stay dry, and this will be the situation through the next 24 hours, and then it clears out on Sunday. There should be a little bit of sunshine with a few passing clouds. By the afternoon, clouds will start to increase at 3 o'clock in the morning. Notice the purple that's showing up in Bath. We are expecting a wintry mix, and then that will be switching over to snow in Hornell and portions of Steuben County. And then let's take you to about 6 o'clock in the morning on Monday. A few flurries flying through, maybe even a few snow showers as well, but it looks like it starts to mix in with maybe some sleet and some rain. Notice the green that's showing up that will be trying to move in as well. So some of this precipitation will be falling as rainfall. And if we do get some rain mixed in there, our accumulation won't be as much. But right now it looks like our accumulation for Monday will be less than an inch. tonight. We're not going to be concerned about any precipitation, maybe a few flying flurries, and that's pretty much it. 21 degrees for the low in Elmira, 20 in Corning. Highs tomorrow, it doesn't look like we'll get out of the 20s. Finally above freezing on Sunday with the high around 36, and then snow chances return on Monday with the high around 44.
The Washington football team's primary owner, Dan Snyder, has been battling minority owners over who has control of the team. Our Bailey Wilborn reports this is just one of many issues that have been facing the front office this year.
Washington football team majority owner Dan Snyder says he's being extorted by one of the team's minority owners, Dwight Schar. Snyder made the claim in a Wednesday court filing. He accused Schar of threatening to release information about what Snyder called meritless allegations if Snyder didn't sell the team. Schar and minority owners Fred Smith and Robert Rotham want to sell their shares and are suing Snyder. The filing came a day after the Washington Post reported the team paid $1.6 million to a former employee in 2009 to settle a sexual misconduct claim she made against Snyder. The revelation of the seven-figure settlement involving Snyder comes as the NFL conducts an investigation into sexual harassment inside the organization he has owned since 1999. Key details of the agreement align with the settlement that surfaced during the NFL's investigation and that the team's lawyers are fighting in federal court to keep under wraps. Neither the Washington football team nor the NFL were willing to comment on the situation.
Nikola Motor Company and Republic Services are scrapping their plans for a fleet of electric garbage trucks. In August, Nikola announced plans to produce up to 5,000 trucks for the waste management service provider. That deal was publicly canceled Wednesday. Nikola said both companies agreed to nix the deal. It said they determined combining new technologies and design concepts to make those trucks would take longer and cost more than initially expected. Nikola's CEO said it was the right decision for both companies, given the resources and investments required. It's a time of year when we tend to overindulge when it comes to food. But Mandy Gaither has 3 ways to beat the bloat in today's Health Minute.
If you've given in to those cravings this holiday season, you're not alone.
Year we're surrounded by our favorite foods and drinks that sometimes only come around once a year. So it's normal to overindulge.
But health and fitness expert Stephanie Mansour has 3 ways to beat the holiday bloat. First, get moving.
Like running in place or high knees and marching in place is something that you can do if you're just too lazy to go outside for a walk. Hugging your knees into your chest one at a time while you're standing is a great way to massage those muscles around your stomach.
Next, get hydrated.
Water is a detoxification system. All you need is a water bottle. You can add in some lemon or ginger to help sip on that, soothe your stomach and your digestive tract, and help to reduce the bloat.
Finally, remember this feeling.
I want you to write down in a journal how this bloatedness makes you feel, because 9 times out of 10, you don't want to feel this way again.
Mansour says it may be the inspiration you need to be healthier in the new year.
A Girl Scout troop in Colorado is spreading the joy in their community. They've arranged 200 Christmas cards into banners so that nursing home residents can enjoy them and still be safe at the same time. Jeff Todd has that story.
Love is coming your way.
A few weeks ago, Adela Weldon and her mom brought an idea to their brownie troop.
I thought we could bring them some joy and love by writing them these notes so they could feel happy.
They started making as many notes as they could.
Sending smiles their way.
Sometimes at meetings with each other's, other times being made at home.
About 200. Well, I wrote like 30.
Adela told her troop the best thing to write are jokes.
A joke is coming your way. What did the right eye say to the left eye? Something smells between us.
Because of the pandemic, they then made these banners.
People get to see what the cards look like.
So that people could read the cards, but not need to touch them.
Have a great day. Love, Adela.
About 40 banners have been sent to care facilities around the area.
It's just melted our hearts away. We've been through so much with COVID and losing residents, so
it brought joy to our hearts.
What was meant for residents has also brought so much joy to caregivers too.
After all this is done and over with, that, you know, there is hope and there is still life to continue to live.
It's a kind thing to do, and brownies like doing kind things.
It was a highly emotional Christmas Eve concert in Paris. For the first time since a fire ravaged through the Notre Dame Cathedral, a choir held a concert there. They wore construction hard hats and work jumpsuits. That concert featured traditional Christmas carols and classics, including Ave Maria. That performance was held last week, but was broadcast in France on Christmas Eve. Notre Dame is still under reconstruction. A fire nearly destroyed the historic building in April of last year. Several of those musicians say performing inside that cathedral was emotional and a privilege. There's a beautiful holiday song devoted to it, but did you know there's an actual scientific definition of a white Christmas? The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration defines it as having 1 inch or more of snow on the ground on Christmas morning. And NOAA found only about a dozen states have a greater than 70% chance of waking up to snow each year. For the contiguous United States, the best odds for a white Christmas are in the Mountain West, Upper Midwest, and interior of the Northeast. A dad keeps in touch with his daughter at school through the most unlikely of communication devices. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
Hey, good morning, Hamster in Louisville.
Watch a Kentucky father leave his daughter dozens of surprise messages via doorbell camera.
Sure do miss you. Sure do love you.
When Hannah Williams moved away from home to attend school in Louisville, she bought her parents a Ring doorbell video camera. Her father says he was missing her one day and decided to start talking to her on the device.
Hi, Hannah. Hope everything's good in Louisville this morning.
He recorded messages for her regularly, which went unnoticed until one day Hannah checked in on the app and found a treasure trove of loving messages waiting.
I realized he had been doing this for quite a long time.
She shared the video on social media, and they were picked up and shared on Ring's YouTube page as well. Hey, maybe the company will start touting its tech not only as a convenient security gadget, but as a daddy-daughter date delivery device as well. Speaking of messages, this one on the front of a house in Anchorage, Alaska is loud and clear. All I want for Christmas is my 2 vaccines. A pair of homeowners decided to spruce up their holiday decorations with some pandemic-inspired panache, hand-building a light-up syringe. The couple says they wanted to pay tribute to medical professionals who've worked tirelessly on vaccine research while also addressing the pandemic in a lighthearted way.
The reactions we've gotten have been great. People are happy to smile. People need it right now.
Or take a look at this. I'm Jeremy Roth.
We want to leave you with a smile tonight. A 12-year-old in California is a big Steph Curry fan. Griffey Williams' bedroom is a shrine to the NBA star, from photos to bobbleheads, balls, and sweats. But all he was missing was an official Curry jersey. Griffey saved every dime and nickel so one day he could buy himself one. But when that time finally came, he decided to pay it forward instead. His grandmother helped him find someone who needed it more, Erasmo Marino and his brother Javier.
I could have bought it for myself, or I could have given it to someone probably who needed it more than I did.
Seeing the joy in their eyes, seeing the young boy open something that he never dreamed he would be able to own.
The boys had never met before, but they all shared a love for Steph Curry. Thanks for joining us tonight. We do hope that even if your Christmas was different this year, that it was still a good one. We'll see you soon.